All right, good evening. I'm meteorologist James Bryant with the Arkansas Weather Network, and it's 7 o'clock on Thursday evening, January the 22nd. We're about 36 hours away, well, really less than that, 24 hours away from the first signs of wintry precip on our radar. And I was on social media today looking at latest information, and no doubt you have seen, if you're on social media, and most of you are, that's where you're watching us, just dozens and dozens and dozens of snow and ice maps and other types of forecasts. And I want to say I have a lot of respect for every single meteorologist in this state. We work really hard. We all try to get it right. We all have a different forecast because we're trying to do math on how this precipitation falls, whether it's freezing rain, whether it's sleet, and whether it's snow. And we all have different methods. We all have different thoughts. It's like if you went to the doctor, it's why you go to a doctor for a second and third opinion. And it doesn't always mean the doctors are wrong. It just means another doctor may see it a different way, and that's true of meteorologists as well. So what I'm going to try to do is just give this to you very, very simply, so that you can be a little bit less confused if you've seen a dozen or so snowfall maps today. I'll start with the what. A winter storm is headed our way. It moves in Friday evening. It lasts through Sunday. The pink map there is winter storm warnings across most of the state. The timing is Friday evening. 4 to 5 o'clock seems like it's the earliest in southwest Arkansas. It's probably going to be about 8 o'clock for Little Rock and after 11 p.m. in northeast Arkansas. Our snow map today has mostly snow up in north and northwest Arkansas, 10 plus inches likely. There's a zone of 6 to 10 inches of snow and sleet from Fort Smith to Russellville, Conway, Searcy, and up to Jonesboro. South of that, mostly sleet, some snow from Mena, Hot Springs, Little Rock over to Forest City. 5 and 6 inches of sleet is a lot. If you do get some snow, you could add on to that. Can't rule that out. South Arkansas, it's a lot of sleet. 1 to 3 inches is a lot of sleet, and freezing rain, ½ inch to some 1 inch amounts down there in South Arkansas. So there's going to be quite a bit of freezing rain in South Arkansas. The latest data from this afternoon doesn't change timing all that much. By 3:30, we're still waiting for the rain to come out of the Dallas-Fort Worth area. It gets here by 6:30. Temperatures still above freezing in southwest Arkansas. That changes rather quickly. And by 8 o'clock, you see we've got rain falling in western and southern Arkansas, maybe snow falling in northwest Arkansas. And the model data this afternoon that I trust, it's the Euro, starts central Arkansas off as snow during the evening hours Friday into Saturday. What happens over the course of this event, though, is this line of where things transition, it moves towards the north. So what you start as may not be what you finish as. So there could be a lot of sleet initially, maybe some snow in central Arkansas, and then that line's going to march towards the north during the daytime hours on Friday. I've outlined the zones here, mostly snow north, lots of sleet in the central third, with some snow, maybe some light freezing rain. Down in southern Arkansas, it's heavy freezing rain and heavy sleet expected for the most of the event. I don't think there's going to be any snow south of an Arkadelphia to Pine Bluff line, and really not even for those two communities either. It's going to be mainly sleet, lots of it, and freezing rain. This continues through the day on Saturday. Notice the colors get a little bit lighter there. On Saturday late afternoon, I think things do get a little bit lighter. I think there's a little bit of a lull, then it kicks back into high gear Saturday night into Sunday. Also notice the precipitation line there goes all the way into far north Arkansas. I don't know that it goes that far north, but that's hitting at sleet, falling as far north as Mountain Home and Clinton. If you get tons of sleet in those areas, your snow totals are going to be a little bit less, but again, that's not a guarantee. Still looks like there's going to be plenty of snow in those areas, and then the snow finally ends as you get into Sunday afternoon. The next map I'm going to show you is the National Weather Service, and this is as of 5 o'clock. The National Weather Service snow plus sleet forecast. It doesn't have a range, it just has a number, but treat it as a range. It's just a very middle of the road, good approach to think this is what I can expect. Now, down in South Arkansas, that's all going to be sleet. There will be no snow in South Arkansas. Central Arkansas will be a lot of sleet, but there will be some snow, and it could be a lot of sleet that is just very, very difficult to travel on over the next couple of days. North and northwest Arkansas, it's mostly snow, though some sleet could mix in. You say, well, I thought these numbers were going to be higher. They very well could be higher. I do want to make that point. I just kind of want to give you a baseline to operate off of. What can I expect? before you talk about what if there's a thunderstorm, what if I get under a heavy band, what if it's all snow at Little Rock. Before any of the what if questions, I think this map answers just the base. Here's what I can expect. And those are very heavy amounts across most of the state, especially in areas that have heavy sleet. Let's do the same thing for ice accumulations. What can I expect? I think this number is a little high for Little Rock. I think we could be getting 1/10 to 2/10 of an inch, but further towards the south, the US 82 corridor, US 278, that is where we could see power outages as ice accumulations get over 1/2 an inch. Again, this is a good what can I expect forecast before we ask any what if questions. I do think there's a good chance that we see some 1-inch ice amounts along the US 82 corridor towards Lake Village. Ashley, Chico, Union counties. Unfortunately, there's probably going to be a lot of power outages with this system. So this is a legit ice storm. Wind gusts to 25, 30 miles per hour just make things worse and increase the chances that power goes out. So that's about a 6-minute summation of what we are expecting. Hopefully it was simple, and hopefully you know what to expect. It's high impact. The sleet that's going to get on the ground, it refreeze for several days. I mean, into the middle of next week. Travel is going to be very difficult, not only Saturday and Sunday and Monday, but probably into Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. Stay with the Arkansas Weather Network. Download the Arkansas Weather Network mobile app. We will continue to keep you updated as we go through this weekend.